did not realize it's past 12. You guys can hear me fine, right?
Hi, everyone.
We like chatting so much, like we forgot to start our actual.
Hi, guys. We forgot to actually say hi because we were just super excited. I just realized you can see the little diffuser for my mic right here. I was like, what is that weird? Oh, that's
okay.
Microphone diffuser. But hi, everybody. They're all wearing flower crowns, so I decided that it's my turn to wear a flower crown too. So everybody's wearing flower crowns today. It's CosTalk Live Flower Crown Day / Cosplay Wishlist Day. So we are going to. I'm going to open some windows too, and kind of walk through things that we suggest you buy for the cosplayer in your household. Things that you can get gift cards to, and just all sorts of things.
Fun ideas.
Yeah, just lots of things. Just even if you're on a budget, like what can you do for the cosplayer in your life? So before we proceed with that, why don't we do our introductions, and we'll start with Kii-chan up here in the corner that has the cosplay company logo attached to you.
I do. Oh, I see. Oh, that side. Right there. Hi. So I'm Kii-chan Cosplay. I'm a cosplayer from the Pacific Northwest region. A little bit of everything. I do skits and panels and workshops and all that kind of fun stuff. Kind of excited. This year I did something really fun for my cosplay group for Christmas, and so I'm excited to share what I've been working on.
Yay!
So exciting.
All right, and then Miss Moana.
Aloha. Hi, guys. I'm Jessica, JinxCosplay. Oh my God, what am I supposed to say? Oh, okay. So I've been cosplaying since 2001. And as you can see, I'm Moana. So I actually do Moana for kids' parties and stuff. And I record videos. So if you are interested, let me know. But yeah, hi guys. Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. Oh,
Happy holidays.
And I am Sam from ThermoCosplay, and today I'm cosplaying Yang from Ruby from season 7. This was, if some of you have been following me, I had sort of an easy cosplay fiasco. This is the only costume that fit me out of the lot that I bought from them, and I spent over $300 on them. So I'm feeling the pain here of things not working. But at least one costume fit.
A Halloween elf because I was too tired to put costumes on.
That's fine. You know what? That works. We're just we got our flower power on today, so we got our crowns, and we're happy.
Cosplay is not easy stuff. We all know that. It can be hard to motivate.
Facebook, I think the YouTube link was wrong, or something's going on with that. One of my friends messaged me and was like, "Hey guys, the wrong for YouTube."
Okay, let me go to the YouTube, and I'll just real quick post it to Facebook. Are they following on Facebook, or are they following on?
Let me see.
Okay, while we're figuring that out, guys, so I want to kind of touch on where we're kind of getting our ideas from. Obviously, they're from each of us on our own. And then as well as Yaya Han wrote a top 10 wish list that we're going to touch on as well. We did want her to be on the show today, but she's busy sewing something, trying to finish something. So we will have her on a future show in 2021. Do not fret. So definitely we're going to touch on that. And then we're going to do an array of like price ranges as well, because we know that cosplaying can be crazy on the wallet. So we want to touch on everyone's budgets. And it's funny that we call this a wish list for other people to buy, but I'm looking at stuff like I'm going to buy too. Like I need this and I need this and I need this.
So the link is sending people to last week's episode.
That is the Facebook problem, not at us, because I told Facebook to send it to this week. So I'm going to kick Facebook in their face, because honestly, it's really annoying how often they keep doing this. They keep putting people to the wrong link.
Are you still sending, is StreamYard still sending to Facebook?
Yeah, but there have been a couple problems with Facebook itself recently. I've seen the reports. There have been issues with stream links not working or referencing past things. So I should have prepared for this. Sorry. I was like, oh, everything's fine because it was working for me a while ago. But I posted the links to YouTube and Facebook for people to follow.
And Twitch,
if you just go to our Facebook page or you go to our primary YouTube channel, you'll find all the live sessions there. I think what I'm going to do is just change that in the future and just say, go to the page and go to the channel. And that way we don't have to do the individualized links because Facebook sometimes breaks them. So you're a jerk, Facebook. But yeah, no, there were. I bet it was during that time when I was doing the rescheduling. So,
Okay, cool.
At least the time's right. At least it's showing the right time.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
I'll keep working through. Thank you, Sakura, for telling us about this, because that just means I can go in and start doing more setting hunting and seeing what I can fix. So, thank you.
Sorry, I'm just tuning to the Twitch to make sure we're okay there.
So we've introduced ourselves. Today, we're going to tell you about shopping, because
you didn't introduce yourself, Sam.
Did we? Yes, we did.
No, you didn't.
Briefly.
Oh. Hi, I'm Sam from ThermoCosplay, and I forgot stuff.
It's okay. You got distracted. We forgive you.
The end. That's all you need to know about me. It's fine. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and share with you some of our favorite places to shop as cosplayers, or give you some gift ideas that you can provide cosplayers. And since it can be tricky navigating places to shop, I'm going to tell you, do not shop Easy Cosplay. I'm sorry.
It's been a long week.
Easy Cosplay still hasn't proved to me that they've solved my problem, and they keep telling me to cancel my PayPal, and I'm like, I'm not canceling it because you still haven't provided me with any evidence other than an email saying, oh, we solved it, but then there's no receipt.
So you posted the whole thing on your personal cosplay page, right, Sam? Yeah. So if you guys need to want to reference it and take a look and see what she's done, it's on her.
Cosplay and just join in the drama that I didn't expect to have this year.
Oh, well, it's almost over. The year's almost over, so that should be all the drama that's left, right?
And if it goes wrong, I still have ways to overcome it. But we will provide you with we will tell you guys, like, if you want to buy a cosplayer costume, or if you want to give them gift cards to places, we'll also suggest good places that we've had really positive experiences with. So.
Where we trust.
Jessica
don't get excited like Sam does and blindly buy because you had one good experience 2 years ago.
Just what the developer says, Easy Cosplay stole an image of a dress another commissioner made. That's pretty common that a lot of sites do that, and it sucks. So, yeah.
They've stolen quite a few images, and I actually, after I found out what happened with Easy Cosplay, I went ahead and did a reverse image search on their site, because I work in IT and I might know how to do this. And then I also started doing more hunting, and I found out that they do have a difference between their factory purchases and their artisan, and they're basically pushing out their artisans and replacing them with factories. So their work is going down because they're getting rid of the actual artisans that were making their costumes before.
Yeah, okay, that sucks.
Well, I mean, besides that, we have some really great companies that we love and trust and always go to.
Yes.
I personally think one of the best things you can do for the holidays is supporting local small businesses, supporting your friends. If they're selling prints, if they're selling merch, like, there's nothing more exciting than, like, so I'm so happy. One of my favorite photographers in the area now has merch. And
cool.
I have one of their shirts, and I'm so excited because she's amazing. But just little things like that, because, like, I'm going to wear it and take pictures and be like, guys, look at this great photographer. And I know that will make her happy. And, like, I totally get the broke thing. I'm very broke this year, so I did budgeting Christmas shopping. So this is my episode.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think the number one thing that we want to touch on is, like, small business. Because, obviously as cosplayers, we're also geeks, and we know a lot of other geeks love to make merch for geeks. So that's, I think, the first thing you could look at if maybe you don't want to get, like, something cosplay specific, is always look into, your friends who do prints or other merchandise. And we have a dear friend, actually, Amber Bright Props, who makes cosplay props. She also sells prints of her cosplays, but she does some really awesome stuff, horns and other prosthetics. She does a lot of cool gory stuff too. So if that's kind of like what your friend's into, and she's amazing. So obviously she does that full time, and we love to help and support our really good friends. So take a look at amberbrightprops.com, and she has some really awesome stuff. Especially Star Wars fans. So that's another great thing you can look at if you know other cosplayers that make stuff. It's a great way to support cosplayers supporting cosplayers. So, and if you guys have any recommendations, send them to us. Like maybe we'll touch on them on another, podcast. Whoa, we're not doing podcasts. Another
We could
live stream.
though.
We could. But yeah, definitely let us know. And she does like leggings too and some really cool stuff. Oh, that's me. That's me as a succubus. Yeah. So check it out. She does some really cool stuff. Oh, Jessica says we love her work. Awesome. Yeah, it's so cute because we did the Wreck-It Ralph group together, and she was so excited to be Cinderella so that she could make that broken glass slipper. So you could actually buy that from her shop as well. I don't know if you'll be able to find it there.
Glass slipper, where is it?
It's really cool. And she did those banana guns when Phoenix Comic-Con banned props almost immediately. The second day of Phoenix, I want to say Phoenix Comic-Con, Phoenix Fan Fusion. Oh my God, what's it called now? Oh, Fan Fusion, right?
Fan Fusion.
I was like Comic Fest. Yeah, so those are. I think
Oh
those
wow,
are like,
that's so crazy cool.
yeah, because like so what happened was a couple years ago at Phoenix Comic-Con, they arrested somebody who was actually armed and was ready to cause havoc, and so they immediately banned any prop weapons. So she came out with this really quick and was like, "Here, guys, I got something to replace your props." So that was really smart of her.
Yeah, and doing things like look into local cosplayers or local artists in your area, Etsy. There's so many talented beings out there that just deserve our love.
Yeah, so first and foremost, small business if you can support, for your friends and your community. So
yeah, and like one of the things that I think is always really good that we probably won't touch upon is makeup's really expensive, and I will forever ever be grateful for anyone who buys me makeup products or like one of my dear friends, the Cosplay Beauty Store. They're fantastic. They have makeup remover and face wash. They have stuff to hold your hair back when you're working with makeup. They have so many fun things on their website. They're a small business. She's one of the nicest humans I've ever had the ability to talk and work with. They have some really great sales going on right now. Like buying little things like makeup or even coupons for contacts or like the little things that really add up when you're a cosplayer, like that kind of stuff means a lot to us. Because like I think these were like maybe $20 for like a hydrator and a makeup remover, and it was just like that means so much to me. It helps so much.
And the thing is that like I have a background in like beauty makeup, but not cosplayers like don't in general, because cosplaying is a different kind of hobby. And then when cosplayers want to up their game, they learn more about this like skincare and like makeup and like contact lenses. So not a lot of cosplayers are well informed on that kind of stuff. So to help them out, like gift cards to like Ulta or like cosplay beauty supply store, like anything like that is super, super helpful. So
I feel like it's something that we forget about. Like as a cosplayer, it's like, oh shoot, I gotta update my makeup. I usually update it every 6 months or so. And like I feel blessed because my best friend's mother gets me makeup every year. And the funny thing was the first time she did it, I was like, well, I don't really wear makeup, but that was before I was into cosplay. And now I look forward to that stocking every year. I'm just like, what am I getting this year? I'm so excited for my makeup because it's so expensive.
If you're trying to figure out, there's actually a really good guide online. Let me see if I can find the guide. The Ultimate Cosplay Makeup Beauty Guide. And that is this
you need to like throw these links in there.
Cosmetics made this awesome, and this is just like you don't necessarily have to buy what they're offering, but it gives you an idea of all the stuff that cosplayers do use. Like we use primers, foundation and concealers, contour highlighting, how to eye primers, eyeliners. So it goes through if you don't necessarily know what to buy. There are things here. And I would suggest do not buy foundation for cosplayers. Instead, give them gift cards just because matching foundation, unless you know exact shade, is really tricky.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Makeup remover, like a setter, eyeshadows.
Moisturizer,
for
primers,
me, brushes. Yeah, that kind of stuff is always a plus home run with cosplayers.
Yeah. Definitely. Even male cosplayers, need to have a little bit of makeup too. So don't, if you feel like, oh, well, I don't know what to get him or whatever, you can get him that too and teach him how to use it.
And there's even there are tutorials online too, talking about like what men typically wear versus what females typically wear with makeup. And even cosplay.com, I'll share this. Cosplay.com talks about how like every cosplayer can wear makeup. Like you don't have to be male or female. It doesn't matter what your gender is. Makeup is should be non-conformative. It should just do whatever you want. And it kind of walks through, you know, how to, if you want to look more masculine, if you want to look more feminine, and what products individuals use. So that would also be cosplay.com would be a good resource for individuals who are trying to figure out what cosplayers.
As a historian major, men are the reason why we have makeup.
Yeah.
So just saying.
That is true.
So,
although we now wear it for ourselves. For ourselves only. Hey, DMC, thanks for joining.
Hello.
Hope you get some good ideas from our wish list today. I'm so excited to talk about more of this stuff. There's some awesome stuff on here.
There's so much, yeah.
So we've talked about makeup, and we've talked about shopping local, and we've talked about buying prints and looking through Etsy and just kind of checking, like start locally. And if you can't find it locally, then go ahead and go online and see if there is another, you know, small business artisan you can purchase from. And then makeup is for all.
Yeah. And I know we're doing this a little bit late. Sorry, guys. Like, it's just been, obviously it's been crazy for everybody. So if you can't get into this stuff now, like always keep it in mind for next year or birthdays.
It doesn't have to be for the holidays either. It could be for birthdays. I mean, I've purchased things for friends, just being like for Jess, like I went to Kii-chan, I saw this wrench and I was like, I need to get it for her. So I bought her a wrench.
It was like 2 months after my birthday, but it's fine. I don't care. I was like, all right.
Fallout costume. She needed a wrench.
Yeah. So I don't care when gifts come to me. Like you can send it to me 2 months later. As long as it's cool and I love it, it's fine. Hey, Chris. Chris says, howdy, ladies. Thanks for joining. All right, let's get started on the list. I just finished my coffee, guys. I've never had this reaction.
Eat or drink today. I don't know how I'm functioning, but I am.
I don't know what's wrong with me, but hey, let's go. All right. Okay, so
lighting is so funny today.
So I'll touch on start on Yaya Han's list. So you can find this at yayahan.com. It's 10 holiday gift ideas for the cosplayer in your life. Again, like it's all inclusive. It can be for anybody, even crafters. There's a lot of great craft stuff on here. So her number one thing is a gift card. Now, gift cards are always great, especially if you have no idea what this cosplayer does or likes or anything. We always love gift cards to buy supplies. And this could be pretty much anything that we could get items from. So first and foremost is Joann. Joann is a fabric and craft store. Or if you're out of the US, equivalent. Michael's craft store, Hobby Lobby. I also like Fabric World at Home Depot, Lowe's, Harbor Freight for, like armor and props. Like I buy PVC pipes and like glues and stuff. Amazon is obviously a big one because we can get so many different things on Amazon. Any cosplay stores like Arta Wigs. Wow, Arta Wigs is a great one.
Ardani wearing these really cool ears and this cuff from Ardani, which is a fantastic prosthetics company. They do a lot of fantasy horns and ears. They're one of my favorites. I can't praise enough. I didn't even have to texture these. Like they have so many colors of skin tones that usually you can find the one you need spot on, which is amazing.
You'll have to compile all these websites.
You'll have to make a list, but Arta. You said Arta, and I'm like, oh, Ardani. Yeah, they're
and also especially cosplaycompany.com, who's one of our sponsors. We actually have a code, guys, 10% off CosTalk Live. So if you use that code, they're based in the UK, but the quality of their stuff is amazing. Like this is like stuff you could wear every day too. It's not, the cheap materials, cheaply made. It's all really, really good stuff. So that's a great place to even buy just geek related stuff or like casual cosplay stuff as well. I know they have like a Gwen hoodie. They have these really cool Assassin's Creed hoods that we all got.
I am so impressed. So I was like, okay, Assassin's Creed, sure.
What's the code for the company again?
CosTalk Live.
But the hood is so comfortable and the quality of the hood is insane. Like it's super thick and super nice. Like I'm just going to wear it because it's going to be warm and I don't have to worry about it because it's really cold in Washington right now.
Yeah, and it's lined. So you can, and it's nice because you can wear it with jackets or over like a sweatshirt or something like that. They have really great stuff. I really, really love their
high
stuff.
Quality.
Yeah. And definitely, like, guys, check them out. They're one of our sponsors. They're so cool. They're really awesome. And their stuff, like I said, is really, really good. So those are a couple websites that you can look into getting gift cards or gift certificates for. If you have any local places like bead stores or any other kind of specialty shops like in your area as well, if they're small business, you can definitely support them. Gift cards go a long way. Like
My Washington friends, Tap Plastics is phenomenal. They have Marbla and acrylic, and they're so amazing. And if cosplayers don't know about this place, like, please look into Tap Plastics. I think they have a store up in Bellevue, and then they have one in Linwood, and like they have such cool. They went from just being like a store to sell like Lowell's, where it's just mostly building stuff, but now they have their own like cosplay section with Warbla and acrylic, and they sometimes sell their scraps for super cheap. So they'll just have chunks of acrylic you can buy for half the price. Like, I highly recommend Taps Plastic if you're in the Washington area.
In Arizona, we have something similar to called Layered Plastics, and they do also sell scraps. Like, I got a 6 foot by 9 foot roll of 3mm Sintra 2 years ago for $30, and I'm still trying to work my way through.
Never heard of
We
it.
don't care if you got something on discount or for free. Like, the fact that you're willing to give us something to help our craft means a lot.
Yeah, but cards go a long way.
I mentioned I've given it to 7 other cosplayers, and I still have extra left over, and they've made projects from this friggin' roll. This roll is like the infinite $30. Like, so
yeah. So definitely gift cards. If all else fails, gift cards. I love gift cards. Yes, so that's number 1 and 2 on her list. Number 3. Now, if you're getting more into crafts and armors and props, Dremels or rotary tools are almost a must. And Yaya actually has this special cosplay Dremel with a flex shaft that does really nice, accurate cuts and details. As you can see there, it's almost like the size of a pen. And they sell these at Joann as well. So this is a really cool gift if you're looking for something really special or you have a higher budget. Like, definitely, like, I am putting this on my list. Like, this looks, I have a rotary tool already, but that flex shaft looks so amazing. Doing a lot of great detail. So really, really cool. Dremels are almost always gonna be on cosplayers' lists that go past the sewing, obviously, because it's gonna be more for, like, you know, your props and armor and stuff. Yes, that thing looks amazing. So number 4, irons. Now, this sounds weird, but cosplayers, you know, use irons all the time. And if you're not, you could be. What's that?
I've destroyed an iron. I may have killed an iron or 2.
But not just irons, but also they make these little craft irons, which I want to get as well. These little tiny craft irons that are good for your small crafts, that you can just get those little corners. Because sometimes using a regular size iron can be bulky, but a good iron and pressing cloth is really important. So that's a nice little combo that she's got there. Doesn't have to be the really super expensive iron, but it should be a good iron with a steam, because they will need steam if we use interfacing. So if you are sewing your cosplays and you're not ironing them, get an iron. Yes. And the next one, number 5, are dressmaking shears. Now, this is, again, really important for sewing cosplayers, that you need to have special scissors for your fabric, even different kinds of scissors for different kinds of fabrics. Yeah, and you want good scissors, and you'll feel the difference.
I have 5 kinds of scissors sitting in a thing. I have like a little itty bitty pair for like trimming off any excess thread.
Yep.
And I have a small pair for like just kind of making really delicate corner cuts and stuff. And then I have pinking shears, and I have actual cutting shears, and then I have another pair of fabric shears that are like for really heavy duty fabrics or vinyls or things that would ruin my existing shears. Yeah, so getting a nice good pair of scissors, it'll make a world of difference in your cosplay work. Again, I also have like 3 pairs of embroidery scissors. I have like scissors just to snip off threads by my sewing machine. Like, I leave it there all the time just to snip off thread. Again, pinking shears, like, so a good pair of shears is always, always needed. Yes.
And we can always have more. Like, even if we have 5, I will take another.
And if you think that they already have enough shears, then get them a sharpener, because sharpeners are great.
Or you can get them like like a combo of different sizes, because again, like, you'll need little ones to do little details and stuff. And if you don't get the sharpener, like, they will go dull eventually. Yeah. So Chris says, I have a really nice German set that if I see someone using them on paper, I might stab them with. Yeah, definitely. I had to label mine, so, because my workspace used to be open to my family, and I'd be like, why are my scissors over here? So, yeah. Number 6 is the Iwata Neo airbrush and compressor. Now, an airbrush is a great tool for cosplayers, but it really depends on the type that you get.
Yeah, I don't use this one. I use something a bit different, but we can talk about this one first.
Yeah. So, well, if you want to talk about it, Sam, I know you know a lot more about airbrushes than I do.
Yeah. So the I would say that the Iwata Neo airbrush and compressor are definitely good. They're great for crafting. You can get them at Blick Art Materials, so that makes it great. But I also would say that they are not a beginner airbrush. Maintaining, cleaning, and adjusting these is a bit more difficult than the standard airbrush. A master airbrush, it has different levels, and so you can use the master's guns themselves. A compressor doesn't really matter as long as it meets the proper pressurization settings, then you're good. So like if you have an airbrush that needs 60, 60 or to 100 usually, but just check your pressure and see what it needs to be gauged at. But I would say that this is like intermediate, not completely advanced. They do actually have guides in this airbrush. So the Iwata Neo, sorry, I'm stuttering today, really is great. It is dual action. You do have more control, and you do have to get a bit used to when you pull back how much product is released, because this trigger is very sensitive. So if you pull back too much, you will spray a huge area. And I mean, not like huge, but like if you're painting something small, which is what most airbrushes are used for, it sucks. So you will need to adjust. So this does have a learning curve. If you want to start with something super basic, you can actually use the Pinkio airbrush. And this airbrush is started as makeup, but you can also use it for you can use the Pinkio airbrush for
like small details and
for
projects.
small details. You can use it for your own makeup, or you can use it for crafting. So I'll share this with you. I am going to note that you should never ever use the same airbrush gun for crafting that you do for makeup. So you can use
don't want that stuff on your skin,
but you'll need 2 of these little guns. And this is a gun. This little silver thing right here, this is the gun. So you'll need 2 of those. And you should label one for crafting and one for painting your body or your skin. You can use the same compressor. That's not going to be an issue. You will need to know the difference. If you're going to be using an acrylic paint, which is a water-based medium, then you'll need water-based thinners to make sure that the paint goes through the airbrush properly. Every single paint has its own thinner, so please pay attention to what type of paint you're using, and that way you get the appropriate thinner. But for beginners, I recommend the Pinkio. It's very easy. They finally upgraded the instructions, so apparently the new versions of it have better instructions for maintaining and cleaning. But cleaning, it's actually pretty simple. You just open this little back silver end here, you pull out the needle, you wipe it down, and you put it back in. It's the easiest airbrush I've ever used, and it only has 3 settings. Yeah. So it's the low speed, the medium speed, or the high speed. So you don't even have to worry about depressurization. It does it for you. With the one that Yaya Han was showing, am I sharing that now? Let me go back to sharing Yaya Han. So the one that Yaya Han was showing on her list is still a really good airbrush, but understand that whatever, I believe the compressor that comes with this, whenever you turn it off, you have to depressurize, or you risk causing
blockage.
Blockage or an explosion of material when you disconnect. So
if
like, you want to have a paint mess, don't forget to depressurize your airbrushes. But the Pinkio is good for beginners. Iwata Neo or the Master's airbrush are good for like intermediate, and then there are more advanced airbrushes that you can go with.
Now, as you can see, like airbrushes, we can do a whole nother show on airbrushes.
I probably should do that.
Yeah, probably. So
I have 2 different airbrushes, so
I wouldn't say just don't randomly get your cosplayer an airbrush if you have no idea what their skill levels are or what they usually do. But if you know they want one, then that's kind of where you can start. Or if they have one already, you can get them a better one and upgrade.
A lot of the times the guns are what you need to replace, not necessarily the compressor too. And the guns are pretty inexpensive.
Or you can get them like a nicer compressor if they already have it. If they already have one, you can do a nicer compressor.
And that's the thing too. Think about if this person travels a lot in costume and they need something for their face. That's why I suggest the Pinkio, because it's travel safe. Like it's allowed to be brought on a plane. My other compressor looks too much like a bomb. I can't bring it with me. So
yes. So number 7 is a DeWalt heat gun. And this is a pretty heavy duty one. If your cosplayer is wanting to up their game working with foam and other thermoplastics. Yeah, you probably want to get them a really nice heat gun. As you can see, it has a lot more control than the generic heat guns that we have. So that's kind of an easy one because you can get that pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, and you don't have to start with the DeWalt. They do have a $27 heat gun that you can get with just 2 settings from Home Depot and Lowe's. Even I think they sell it at most craft stores too. And it's a great starter, but just understand that it only has 2 settings. So it's either you're really close or you're really far away, and you just kind of have to get used to that.
And on the flip side of like irons and heat guns, a steamer is such a useful tool. I got one to do wigs now, and it changed my life. Like,
I
bought like a $25 steamer at Target, and it's changed my life. Like, wigs are so much easier now.
Yeah, I have a little handheld steamer too from Amazon too. That's a really good one for people that want to get into wig styling. Even like a stand-up steamer. So I just bought like one of those big stand-up steamers because it was like on ridiculous clearance at Joann. It was like $30. It was a Rowena steamer that's normally like $100.
And that's great. Like $120.
Yeah.
You got a Rowena? I'm jealous.
Yes. Yeah, and it was like labeled $60 clearance, and the sign said 50% off. And I was like, I brought it up. I'm like, is this really half off this price? And they're like, yeah. I was like, oh my God, I'm getting it. So really nice for like, big cosplays that you want to steam to get all the wrinkles out. So yeah, definitely. So number 8 is a pinnable dress form. Now, dress form is one of the most coveted items for cosplayers. It makes cosplay making so much easier when you can have one of your size. A lot of cosplayers will make their own, which is really good too, because it's a lot more customizable. But if you did want to help someone out, getting them a dress form is a great idea. Now, they can be pretty expensive. As you can see on the right-hand side are the ones that kind of change size so they can customize their shape. If that's not really in your budget, getting them a generic one like the one on the left is still helpful because they can still, if they can always add to it to make it to their size. And even so, like just putting something up on another being instead of like your friend, roommate, mother, whoever is helpful.
That's actually why I use a mannequin, because I had a pinnable dress form for a long time, and then I had a non-adjustable dress form. The problem is I wanted the full body because I make a lot of stuff with legs that I paint on, or do things that basically I need a full body to work on. And my mannequin, it's fiberglass. I did have to put it together myself, but it was only $85 with shipping, and it's like 2 inches off on my hips and like 1 inch off on my waist, and that's it. And honestly, I always make my clothes a little bit bigger anyways, because I'd rather tailor them in than have to add more material. So mannequins too, if you can't afford a dress form, you can get some pretty inexpensive mannequins on clearance. And unfortunately with the pandemic, there's actually a lot of stores closing, so there's a lot of mannequins out there right now.
Actually I've seen some on like Facebook Marketplace and all that kind of stuff. I actually have like a display mannequin where they use in shops and stuff, and it was $45 on Amazon. And it's not quite my size, but it definitely helps to put something on something else to work on it. So if you really can't, go as far as like $100, it's fine. Like anything really good.
If you want to go cheaper, you can buy your friend like a build your own kit, like buy 3 or 4 duct tapes and then some saran wrap, a t-shirt, and just get them the kit and then promise to help them build their own. Like that helps so much. Yeah, exactly. Just bring them a box, and when they open, they'll be like, what do you mean? It's like, no, I'm going to help you build your mannequin. And like that will maybe bring you up to $20 max, matters how much duct tape you buy.
That's a good idea. So, I like that. Like a whole like, hey, I'm your gift.
Let's build a mannequin.
That would be fun. That's a great thing to do.
Yeah, and you can get a lot of like, I don't know if you have dollar stores or thrift stores, but they always have duct tape.
So the cheap stuff.
There you go. You can also use painter's tape and then cover it in duct tape later. So there's just lots of options, for the dress forms.
Absolutely. So number 9 is great if you want to, for cosplayers that, step up their game with like TikToks or videos or, reels, et cetera, a ring light and a software remote. I mean, I feel like since the pandemic, this is kind of like a must. Like everybody's doing everything at home. But a really nice ring light, phone, like combination is great, because then everyone can get in their cosplay.
I literally am holding my ring light controller right here because I have it on.
Yeah, I have my ring light right here. So it's always super helpful, and they're a lot of fun too. And then you're like, oh my God, I look so much better with a ring light. So that's a really great gift for anybody, really, during this time. Doesn't necessarily have to be a cosplayer, but I think that's a really great gift for anyone, really. Just want to say hi to Ferret. Ferret says, good morning. Thank you for watching us on
Good
Twitch.
morning. Actually, he's going to be one of our guests next week.
Oh, yay.
That's
Okay.
my shop dad.
Hi. Thank you for tuning in. So yes, a ring light, and you can find them for a variety of prices. You don't have to get the super, super expensive ones. I kind of have a cheapy one, and it works. It works perfectly fine.
I have, like, I was playing with mine earlier. Like, my lighting's being really weird today, but like having that extra light that you can play with really does.
And mine has different like settings. So like I think it's like this is like the white or the yellowish. Wait, there we go, yellowish or white, and then like brightness. So woo, look at me. So definitely an awesome gift to get anyone. So number 10 is, and this is like a really, really super big gift for the person that you love so much, your best friend or your partner or whoever, is a scrapbook die cutting machine, aka like a Cricut or Silhouette. And they're amazing. Like this is kind of the new thing that everyone's doing in cosplay now, is using, you know, paper cutters to cut like vinyl. You can even cut like foam. Some can even cut like really thin pieces of wood. It is like a really big step in cosplay. It's not cheap. You won't find any of them like under $200, I don't think. But this is a really, really, really great gift for any craft person, any cosplayer. We even cut, no, we didn't cut that. I was thinking you could probably cut Warbler if you got the right cutter, maybe, or Wonderflex, maybe.
And I have to say, I saw this yesterday at work. Costco are carrying Cricut kits right now. Probably some select Costco's. I don't know which ones. Mine was. And it was a really good price. And it came with a lot of extra stuff. And so look around. I didn't realize that Costco sold them. And then I was wandering the store yesterday and I was pleasantly surprised to find it.
Yay, that's awesome. My sister has one, so I get to use it until until she moves out. But until then, I have a Cricut as well. I've used it for some really cool props and stuff, and they're really, really great. So if you want to do something really special, a Cricut machine is the way to go. Now, speaking about that as well, like any kind of supplies for any of these pieces, if they already have them, is always, always welcome. Rolls of Warbler. Oh my God, I would love to get just a roll of Warbler like for a gift. Like that's amazing. Wonderflex, rolls of vinyl. If they already have a Cricut, is always, always welcome. People love anything like that. So anything,
yes,
yeah. If they already have a Dremel, maybe like Dremel cutting kits or anything like that. So anything else like supplemental to these items are also great. So Ferret says, yep, Cricut cutters are awesome. He also said next week.
Just got one.
On next week?
No, I talked to them at dinner a couple of days ago. I just texted them. It's all okay.
Okay. So Unchosen One says, what is Cricut? So yeah, is those tabletop cutting machines. They cut like vinyl. You can make stickers. You can make all sorts of things with them. They're really cool. So
they're getting super fancy now. You can cut so many things with them.
Oh, yeah. And they make I'm actually going to think about, because I'm making another Moana costume, and I painted these with stencils that I made myself. So I would make a stencil and paint it. I'm actually going to see if I can use a Cricut to make like sticker stencils and make the painting go faster. So that's going to be my next project I'm going to try with the Cricut. So yes. So other things that I think that guys that make really great gifts I actually received as a Secret Santa is foam clay. So I love foam clay. I put it on my Secret Santa list, and I got it. This is awesome.
I believe I have.
Yes.
I think I have Arta's right now.
This one was like $20 on Amazon. Cosplay Pros actually has the best one that I've used so far. Cosplay Pros is the best one.
Theirs is amazing. Like I've used stuff from Amazon, and I've used stuff from Amazon Arta, maybe. I can't remember, but I've used it from 2 other places. This is by far the best I've ever used.
Now, there is an upside to getting the cheaper foam clay. So what I did is I had the Cosplay Pros foam one, and I had the cheaper one that I was using to make spikes for my Bowser shell, because I didn't want to use all the expensive stuff for all those spikes and things that might get damaged or I can just replace. But for the Cosplay Pros one is what I use to make horns, because they're really, really pliable. The cheaper one, not as pliable, better for like bigger, like more softer shapes, like those spikes. Not a really lot of detail with the cheaper foam. So if you want to get some really good detail, Cosplay Pros has really good foam. And it holds so well. It's beautiful. So that's
and then
one
we've had Ferret tell us that SKS Props foam clay is pretty good too. So
Yes.
I just haven't used that yet. I'm sponsored by the Cosplay Pros, and so they sent me quite a bit of foam clay, and I'm actually about to start using it again. I have to use it for some. I forgot to make Tamatoa's antenna, and then I have to use it for my Mandalorian Merida details, and so I was like, oh, cool. I still have enough left over. A little bit of it goes a long way.
Yes, and it's amazing. It has the same, when it's dry, has the same kind of density as regular foam. So it's fairly sturdy-ish. Like I said, I put those spikes on the back of my Bowser, and they've been fine. I've been hitting things with them. And also, they're great for like making, what do you call it? Like gem casings. I used to make them out of clay. So when I would cast my own gems and I would make like a gem casing out of clay, which is a little heavier. Now foam clay is great for that.
Contact cement works really well with it. And the good thing about it too is when you're sculpting it, you sculpt it like you would with clay and water. You just use water to help smooth it out and get it all worked up. If you feel like it's getting a little dry, add a little bit of water to it and it'll help liven it back up.
Yes. So foam clay is my most favorite product of 2020, cosplay product of 2020. It's amazing. And then also like paint. So Plaid FX that me and Sam actually recently did a panel with for their Plaid, what was it? FX Con, I think it was, their online FX Con, thanks to Ambrose Cosplay. They actually make specific foam paint. So that's also great. Maybe you can get your cosplayer set of like primary colors of foam paint. They also have really great metallics, silver and gold. And they sell those. Yeah. So Plaid makes those,
if you want to do something kind of different, so this year, what I did for my cosplay group is I actually made advent calendars for everybody. And you can theme them or just make them random, collect things through the year. I have actually some people watching that have these things, so I cannot say what are in them. But I did one was a My Hero theme. I did one more D&D theme. Like you can also do a cosplay theme and do like scissors one day, buttons another day, bias tape one day. Just like little things and they don't have to be very expensive, just fun little things that they open up every day that can like just kind of build up your entire December, which is really fun. And so far it's been a really, like, I had a lot of fun building them because I had to like think of what each one of my friends liked and like getting fun little things. I went on Etsy and I didn't spend more than like $100 for like 5 friends. Like I spent a cheap amount of money. I bought a bunch of little fun things on Etsy and just packed them up. I made like a little string rope with a bunch of bags on it, and every day they open up a cute fun thing and so stuff like that, or even building a stocking.
Yeah, I'm feeling that idea next year. That's amazing.
So talking about like little things you can buy too. So there's or like stuff you can offer. So there's CosBonds too. That's another piece of
yeah, they're great. I have their stuff somewhere around here.
Yeah, for pretty cheap, and they'll just ship anywhere. And shipping's pretty.
But yeah, if you want to make like a cosplay themed stocking or a cosplay themed like advent calendar, like you can just buy like little sample packs of makeup and CosBond and buttons and just like little tiny things, or even like sample packs of Warbler or paints or wig fibers, and that kind of helps your cosplayer, like all these little things that help them decide what they want to buy or what quality something is. Like that actually helps us a lot.
That's such a fun idea. I love it. Okay.
I'm so glad. No, it's been really fun. I had so much fun putting it together, and they've been enjoying it so far. So
we should sell them. We should make them and sell. No, okay, just kidding. Okay, anyway.
Yeah. And so I think, let's see. I also wanted to mention one more thing. It's like a little bit more expensive, but it's still kind of small. But there's the Cosgear company, and right now they've created these new headbands, and they also have like they have headbands, and they've got they have 2 different versions of it. But they make cosplays. If you really want to go crazy for somebody, they make these cosplay tails that move on their own. But they have a cosbrand that goes underneath the wig that has custom magnets you can sew, and you can attach anything, and the magnets are strong enough that they work through a wig. I've tested it. And then they also have this cute band that can also go under the wig or over the wig. And it's the least expensive of their products, but it comes with a lot of little things, great accessories for individuals who are trying to attach stuff to wigs without sewing it in or gluing it in.
That's amazing.
So you can
helpful.
They're little additions to, like, if that person doesn't want to make it, you can buy little horns or additional ears or just a lot of extra magnets, whatever you want to do. They also sell the tail covers.
With Ginny D, I'm doing Critical Role today. That would be Jester's tail from Mighty Nine. I'm so excited.
Like, I'll show you guys I think there's a video of their tail in here somewhere. There's got to be. Where is it? Here you go.
Yeah, no, I've seen this online before. I thought it was still like prototypes and stuff. I didn't. It's so pretty.
And it moves when you're sitting at rest too. So like you can just chill and it'll work around. So I mean, they have some really cool ones.
Wow,
where you're sitting down and it's just moving on its own.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And they've got a band. They have some. They're working on upgrading it so it's not as bulky, but like because it's automated and like you can change the shortness of it too because of how it connects. So you can make it a really short tail, a really long tail. I just think it's really cool.
That's amazing. Oh my god!
If you want to go full on for that, you can. But they do sell, like I said, smaller items. So they sell like the CosBand Pro for individuals who don't feel, because some people, I have a hard time wearing a headband. So when they came out with this that wraps around, I was very excited because headbands kind of bother me. But if you aren't bothered by headbands, then they sell this little $24 cute band, and it comes with a lot of little things that are pretty
great
cool.
Because I make a lot of headpieces, and some of them I put on headbands, but that's cool. I just like change them out. Ooh, what you got there?
Books are a great gift. I just thought of that. So like my fellow foamsmiths up here in Washington, we have the Punished Props. They're actually putting out their third book now, but these books are great because they actually have like patterns and how to work with foam stuff. Just if somebody's getting started, a book is a really good way to go. For me, I need something to be like in front of me for me to learn how to do it. So books are great. We also have like last time we have Yaya's book, which is so good.
Well, this book is awesome for like it's got a lot of like cosplay history, and it's beautiful. Lots of beautiful pictures in here. So this is a great kind of generic cosplay gift as well. And you can find this at yayahan.com/cosplay book. We had it on here. But also a lot of these other books, like Kamui's books and stuff like that, they do PDFs as well. So if maybe you don't want to like ship something or want to save a little bit more money, a lot of these come in PDF form. But there are so many great cosplay books now. I know that I think it's
this one's an older one, but
Princess Cosplay book. So yeah, a lot of great stuff.
And I know like even like pattern companies are now putting out books like this that actually have like a range of the patterns that are coming out or what they've been working on. That's also really useful for a cosplayer if they're looking for something specific. They can just, instead of going to Joann's and flipping through everything, they can just flip through their book at home and just order what they need. But books, I'm also a bookaholic, so I can't stress this enough.
Yes, and books, I mean, like, I know a lot of people can learn things from videos, from people's tutorials, but sometimes books are just nice to have in front of you that you can just, like, take a look at. And I also like to collect them, too. So I have a couple of Kamui cosplay books as well. This is a really nice...
Third book of the Punished Props. I love these guys so much. I mean, they have lots of great videos and free tutorials and stuff, but when I'm in the middle of panic and I'm trying to figure something out, like being able to just open up to a page and like, okay, well, that's what I'm trying to like replicate. It works. It's so nice.
Definitely. So this is definitely for the book lover. And also, of course, is supporting cosplayers. Is another way to support those cosplayers.
This helps support them. So.
Yeah. And I think it's amazing that cosplayers are coming out with books. I think that is like the most coolest thing ever.
You can also, like, we've talked about like all these different supplies and stuff. Like, if you want to, you can also like go on Patreon and stuff and Kickstarter and check out what people are doing there too.
Yes. So there's some really cool stuff out there as well. So if you guys have any other suggestions or small businesses or whatever, any other cool cosplay items that you guys want to share, please let us know, because we're always...
There's one big place you can go to. You're going to find everything. And it will link up to multiple places. But cosplaysupplies.com, I've been sponsored by them in the past. They provide amazing stuff. They do really good quality checks. They're very particular about what they allow on their site. But they have everything from thermoplastics to crafting materials to costumes to licensed costumes that could be approved, accessories, sewing materials, makeup. I mean, basically, you just took a Home Depot, a Joann's, a Michael's, a cosplay shop. You threw them all into one spot.
Yes, so very cool.
If you got them a gift card to this, it would be like it's it's just
like the Amazon of cosplay, right?
Amazon of cosplay. That's exactly what it is. So while we've got the last 10 minutes too, we should probably talk about, good places to buy costumes, because there are individuals where like that have asked about this. So I'll leave cosplay supplies up here real fast while I open up some tabs. Girls, if you want to use the private chat and tell me what places I should pull up online, please, I will do that. There should be a little, if you have access to that while
I can't actually add to this. I have never bought a cosplay. I hand make everything, and like I've just learned to appreciate bought cosplays. I mean, I do have a couple of like older ones. I have my Iwatobi jacket and like my Haru jacket, but both of those were kind of hand-me-downs from somebody else, so I have no idea where they were bought from. So I can honestly say I can't contribute to the cosplay thing. I do support it though. Please buy, whether you buy or make things, that's just entirely up to the cosplayer. But
Kii-chan, don't worry. Like I was the same. Like I made all of my costumes, and the first time I bought a costume was my Widowmaker, because I was like, oh my god, this bodysuit, like what the heck? And it was the first time I was learning to use Warbler and foam and make a gun. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna
at the beginning of next year I will be buying my first full costume. I'll be doing Anna from Frozen 2, and I have a friend who, I wish I could remember what the website is, but she has a really great website that she buys her cosplays from, and so she's helping me do that because I just don't have time for hand embroidery.
Oh yeah, no problem. Like, and the thing is that like it was a personal thing with me that like, oh, if I can make it, I should. And I didn't, if anyone wanted to buy their costume, that's great, because that supports a lot of other, businesses.
Great, yeah.
So I struggled a lot to buy that Widowmaker bodysuit, and I'm glad I did, because I love the costume. And then after that, I was like, the next costume I bought was Evelyn from KD8, and I was like, oh my god, this is so fun because it's all here and I get to put it on and it's fun.
You didn't have to do anything. Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god, I need to buy more costumes now. So I bought Tifa from
slowly getting into it. The older I get, the more I'm like, I don't have time to make 10 more costumes. I just don't.
Or I mean, the older that you get as well, like is instead of being in our early 20s and not being able to afford anything, like I gotta buy like
I have to make it because I can't afford it.
Yeah, but now if your salary grows, and you can be like, yeah, I'll just buy that. It's like when we got our tax refund, I bought Tifa from Final Fantasy VII Remake. I was like, yay! So that was a lot of fun.
All right, so I've got some things. What do you want me to? I'll open up. We'll start with inexpensive first. So this company, I have not had any problems with. I've had problems with the fit, but I'm also just an unusual size. I cannot just buy and know that it's going to fit. I'm always going to have to tailor. I understand that, except for the rant I went on earlier, where there's some things where there's no tailoring because it's trash. But this particular cosplay company is Meat Costumes. They're very inexpensive. Where is I opened it. Where are you, Meat Costumes? Where did you go? There you are. They're pretty inexpensive. They are a global market, so they have hubs all over the world now. So you can get some costumes in 2 days because they have a hub in New York and a hub in California.
And they have them on Amazon. They have an Amazon store as well.
They have an Amazon store now too. But they are really good if you want something inexpensive. You want to start off. Their quality, I wouldn't say is amazing, but it's pretty good. It's like it's like a 6 or a 7 out of a 10. So this is good, and they're pretty.
Where I got the Widowmaker bodysuit from, and it looked really, really good. The material was not perfect because when I stored it, some of the dye came off on itself. And
so many fun costumes.
But
I also really, like that they seem to have like many different sizes on the website.
They actually have plus sizes now too. And like that, they're all inclusive too. Their models are all different shapes and sizes. They're not all the same person. So I really appreciate that. They even have like cosplayers of color on their like that just almost never happens in sites, even if the character is a cosplayer of color. So I was very happy to see them start like moving towards that. But they're really good too about it. They will not show a listing until they actually have made it. And then they will do a full picture. So I'll just click this one, for example. But they do a full picture. You see the whole character. You see everything.
Oh, it's so good.
And $55, man, that's good.
And so I like this company just because they're very good about showing you the entire costume. And they're very good about in their list. If you scroll down, it actually goes like they'll do descriptions, and it will tell you exactly what comes with it. and what material it's made out of.
And again, like they do have an Amazon store, so they do have some of these on Amazon. So if you're a Prime member, you can get it fast with free shipping. So that's a really another good plus about Meet Costumes.
Yeah. Just understand if you're over 5'7", everything will be a little short on you.
they're getting better with sizing, but yeah,
they are getting better. They're getting better with like the size, but they still have like a height thing. So I usually buy, if you are a taller woman, I honestly suggest buying their male sizes and then just bringing in a little bit in the waist or a little bit in the shoulders, because those are how you're going to get the perfect height. But we have, I'm going to go open another one. Do we have a comment? I thought I saw something that popped up.
I mentioned Etsy as well. So a lot of times if you have the budget, you can get something custom commissioned. There are a lot of shops on Etsy where they'll offer some specific costumes and stuff. Again, it's going to be custom made. So remember that it's going to be a lot more than something factory made, but it will fit you to your own specifications. That's another great way to support other cosplayers. You'll find lots of stuff on
Ferret said that a really good way, if you know what their interest is or you know what this person is going to possibly cosplaying in the future or working on, instead of a book, a good gift replacement would be like game models or like figurines of like a 360 of that character. I think is what he's trying to get at. Or art book sources where it might show like the entire character.
I bought I paid, it was a gift I was going to pay for. My husband surprised me, but we paid $50 for a Magic Knight Ray Earth art book. It's a smaller art book, not very big, but they're so hard to find that he managed to secure one for me just so I could do this one costume I want to do next year.
It helps so much.
And I collect art books as it is. So I got a Bravely Default art book when I was making Mephilia. There was not even that much art in it, but it was good enough. But art books, I love them. They are perfect. So yes, art books.
Yeah, and Unchosen made a comment that as you get taller, clothing makers of the world think that nobody can be over 5'10". The global average height for men is 5'10", and the global average height for women, I believe, is 5'4" or 5'5". So unfortunately, those of us who are outside of that,
and I'm tiny. I always thought I was tall, and now I feel tiny.
That's why I make my costumes a lot of the time. But there are moments where I'm like, I just want to give myself a little present, right? But yeah, no, Etsy's a great place to go. There's a lot of really good shops. And the great thing about Etsy is you just check out the reviews, and a lot of the people will kind of give you some insight as to what that particular shop does. I also want to mention, I'm going to close these so I don't accidentally mention the same one. I'm going to mention 2 other shops. What was the other one? And then you had one too that you mentioned. Oh gosh, where is the one that I wanted to talk about?
While we're looking, another thing that might be useful if it's in your area, not really right now during a pandemic, but like sometimes there's workshop spaces that you can buy memberships for. I know there's a couple in the Washington area. Things like that, or like a 3D printing website that has like patterns that people can exploit and use, or things like that, like getting memberships for those kinds of things, or memberships for Patreons for maybe a cosplayer that they love. Things like that. That is such a wonderful gift. And so don't forget about those little things.
Yeah, gifting people Patreon. People love that.
So great. Yes, especially crafters.
Yeah. So another place that I really highly recommend if you're going to purchase or give them a gift card so they can purchase items from, or take price off of it, is I like Pro Cosplay. They are going to be a bit more expensive. They only have 2 hubs and they're both international, but holy crap, I've only acquired I've acquired 2 costumes for them. The last time was a long time ago, but even though I just bought one this year, it's amazing. Their quality is impeccable. Like, it is just incredible. I have had no problems with their stuff before. So I did like the Spirit Elsa, and they were trying to get people to test it out more because they had upgraded their design from this to the new design. Should be in here somewhere. They also have a lot of Elsas. But look, it's on sale again. But this Elsa is, and they have it to where they show, again, they're another one where they show you every bit and piece of this outfit.
Oh, that's so great.
All of it. And some companies won't go into detail like this. And they're like, here, look at our gems too. And they also sent me extra gems because they know those will come off over time. So they sent me a whole pack of rhinestones. They sent me a whole pack of the extra little diamond gems. All
that's so great.
colors. So like all of these, they sent me extras of, and they sent me extras of these, and then also the tiny rhinestones on the pants. So like they know that this stuff will fall off over time, and they want to make sure it stays on. They also sent the extras of this iron-on felt just in case any of the little diamonds came off.
Wow.
So they think about the future too with your cosplayers, and you can tell by the reviews, like people just lost it. They're like, "This is amazing! I freaking love it!" And they're definitely a company I would recommend. So I'd recommend Pro Cosplay. And then Jinx, you said Roll Cosplay, right? Let me open that up.
I'm going to skip that one because I have 2 other ones I want to talk about, and we're kind of running out of time.
Okay.
So the first one I want to talk about is Angel Secret. If you can go angel-secret.com, Sam. Now this is more high end, but they focus a lot on Disney princess, some superhero stuff. These are really like high quality. You can get custom measurements done, so they are on the more expensive side. A lot of princess companies use them, but also they're great if you want to treat yourself as a cosplayer. They have really beautiful stuff, and they'll have different versions of the dresses too. Like they do a lot of Disney parks versions, and I think they're based in, I want to say Hong Kong, I think. So yeah, they are on the higher end, but they're super reliable. And again, they can take your custom measurements. So more on like princess and superhero.
Well, and I've seen them offer like base. They have like base versions, and then
they'll sell fabric too.
Yeah.
So if you want to just make it yourself, yeah, they'll sell fabric too. So they're a really great source, especially for Disney. Really good stuff. And the last thing I want to talk about is going to sound so generic. It's going to be so generic, but Spirit Halloween stores for those of us in North America or the US. I know it sounds in Canada. Yeah, so I know it sounds ridiculous, but they now carry licensed costumes and they look pretty good.
Some of them aren't bad.
I usually use Spirit for props because I can get inexpensive props that I can then modify and turn into other things.
Oh yes, so and they do.
This year I got this giant set of wings. Like they're beautiful and they're huge for like $25. And the only thing I need to do is paint them, which is something I like to do as a hobby, anyways. So I was like, heck yeah, $20. Are you kidding me?
Now, every year, my sister and I will go on November 1st and go hit up all the stores and collect what we need. Yeah, so I got my Fallout Pip-Boy, and I also got a plasma gun for half off. I've gotten some Harry Potter stuff that I've always wanted half off. I've gotten, and sometimes I'll get generic stuff. Yeah, I got my
D&D merch now.
Yeah, I got my Chun-Li spikes there. I got some. And also party stores, they're all coming out with all this like licensed stuff. It's amazing. The quality may not be as good, but if it calls for your budget and you just want to be that character, that is a great option. I think Spirit delivers year round. So that's a great option to look at.
If you're looking for just, goodness gracious, if you're looking for base props and stuff, that's honestly Fun City, Party City, any of these party stores, like you mentioned, are a really good place to just, you're going to have to modify it, but hey, you've got something to start with. You've got a jumping off point. You're not going to have to build from scratch.
So even gift cards to these places that if your cosplayer doesn't sew is a great option as well. Jessica
stores are really good too for people who don't sew, and all you have to do is you can get some fabric paint it up, make it look different, maybe dye it, and then you can move on from there.
Yeah. So Jessica B says Angel Secret also sells separate pieces. That's another good thing to know. If maybe you can make the skirt of this dress but not the top, you can buy that. So those are great options to get your cosplays for as well.
So we've gone over a lot. If you have any questions, we'll leave it open for a little bit so you guys can ask questions. I know there's about a 30-second.
We should totally compile a list of websites we trust and throw it out there.
What we'll do is I'll later today or on tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll watch this video again, and everything that we've mentioned, I'll write it down, and then I'll post it for you guys on Monday.
I'll also give you a list of all the places that I know and use, just so it's easier.
So I just wanted to mention something about Spirit. Is this past Halloween I went, and they have Overwatch costumes, which again, they're not like the greatest quality, but they look good for the price. Now I was going through the costumes and I found this Ashe. So Ashe is a character from Overwatch, and the costume was $10. I was like, what? I'm like, I would have never cosplayed Ash, but I'm buying this costume for $10. So I haven't put it on yet, but I'm like, oh my God. So like that's if you can plan way in advance for your costumes, that's a great way to do it. And like I said, my sister and I do it every year. We go the day after Halloween, day after Halloween. And we find stuff that we're going to use for future cosplays. So, and it's a lot of fun too. So just had to mention that.
So we'll do our wrap up closing statements about what we did I miss anything from you guys? Oh no, okay.
No, I don't think so.
What we know about so Kii-chan, where can everybody find you?
I'm Kii-chan Cosplay, and you can find me at Kii-chan_cosplay on Instagram, or Kii-chan Cosplay is one word on Facebook. My last statement is have fun. Like, buy something unordinary, do something different, make a stocking. Anything like that will really just make your cosplay friends go gaga. Like, we love anything. We're simple people.
Definitely. And I'm JinxCosplay. You can find me at JinxCosplay.com or the JinxCosplay on social media, Facebook and Instagram. What was my last thought? My last thought is, be open to your cosplayer. It's like you may be a person that doesn't know anything about cosplay, or you have family members that know nothing about cosplay. Just, hey, like, get me whatever you think will help. Just be open and communicative, or I'd send them direct links. That's all. I was just like, get me this. Or an Amazon wish list.
I'm Sam of ThermoCosplay. You can reach me at www.thermocosplay.com. I've got everything listed there. My last statement is have fun and take risks, because without taking risks, you can't make mistakes. Without making mistakes, you can't learn.
Yeah. So guys, keep an eye out. We'll have that list out. Jessica says she wants that list. We'll get it out as soon as we can. Don't forget, guys, one of our sponsors, cosplaycompany.com, has amazing stuff. If you have not visited them, they also have an Amazon store, but the code works for their website. The code again is CosTalk Live.
Yeah. So Cosplay Company, the Cosplay Pros, and Yaya Han are all places that we highly recommend.
Yeah. Definitely. So if all else fails, get Yaya Han's book. that's all I can say. I have no idea. Get Yaya Han's book. She can even sign it for a little extra. And next week, guys, we are doing, what's our topic next week, Sam?
The mature cosplayer?
Yeah.
So Kii-chan's got some special guests that's going to join us next week. Sunday, that is December 20th. Yep, at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard, 11 a.m.
Yeah, we're just going to talk about basically the fans that have been here forever, what it feels like to be that cosplayer who has spent their whole life into their 50s enjoying cosplay, because you're out there and we see you and we love you.
I've spent more than half my life cosplaying. Oh my God. Wait. Yes, I have. Oh my God. So I kind of fall into that category a little bit.
if you've been there your whole life, if this is something you enjoy, like, you can enjoy cosplay at all ages. That's why we're doing this. We want to just show that it's a range from itty bitty babies to as old as you can be. Like,
yep. So don't forget to tune in, guys, and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for tuning in every week. We love you guys. Be safe. Be happy. So much. Happy holidays if we don't see you.
Bye, everybody.
Happy holidays. Bye.